their list is in such a strong position already. I feel like they've got one of the best midfields in the competition with Caleb Sarong and Brayshaw and Hayden Young going through there and Luke Jackson as well and Sean Darcy in that ruck partnership. So to add Judd McVee, another piece in their back line, I think they're primed for a really big season in 2026.
They didn't have to do too much. And Judd McVee, it's funny, like they had interest throughout the year, but it really was until he said, I want to move, that interest picked up properly. So the Judd McVee deal got done really early and then they put their feet up.
They certainly did. All right, let's get to Fremantle's footy boss, Joe Brierty, who joins us on the line now. Joe, thanks for coming on Gettable.
No worries, gents. Thanks for having me.
Might start there with the only acquisition for the football club, but a pretty good one in Judd McVee. What are you hopeful of him bringing to the club, and how did that interest develop across the course of the year?
Yeah, look, you're spot on. He obviously adds a fair bit to our back half and someone that we've been speaking to throughout the year, and I think gradually for him it grew, the opportunity to come and join Freo and the role that he could play in our side, but to get back around family and friends. So he adds a fair bit to our side, and really excited for him to join the Purple.
You ended up being a bit of a circuit breaker early in the period as well for the West Coast, the Starcevic deal, trading out pick 12 for 19 and 24, I think it was, or around that, whatever it ended up being after the moving around. But and then that pick went on to Melbourne. How keen were you to just get it done and move on?
Yeah, look, conversations are really good with Melbourne. Wolsey obviously led that, and it became really clear what it looked like to get Judd to us. So don't think we've done a trade. We're already involved with West Coast for a while, so it was nice to be able to get that done pretty early and ultimately bring Judd in. And we feel like that early second round was about right and a good fit, and allows us to stay at the end of the first round as well. So it's pleasing to be able to bring in some more talent into the side next year, and obviously had a great result last year with Murphy around that pick 17. So we think that there's still some great talent at pick 20.
Pretty good player, Murphy Reid, Riley. Just want to say.
Yes, Cal has been all over Murphy Reid for a long time now.
I don't know how he got to pick 7. I'm still shaking my head. Do you feel like you've got every piece covered now, Joe, in terms of this list build? Is it all there?
Yeah, look, Wolsey's done a magnificent job with our recruiting and list management team, and when you look at the balance across the ground, we feel like we've got the right key pillars in place now that obviously allow us to have more flexibility. I think that's something that we're looking to evolve as well, to have in-game flexibility and moving the pieces around. You look at the likes of Jackson and Bolton coming into the side and the flexibility they add, but even a fit Hayden Young, whether he plays inside or can go forward and go to half-back, and even Judd and what he might do in the future and getting up the ground. So definitely feel like we've built a list that can obviously play a lot of footy together as they mature. And look, Jago O'Meara is going to be our oldest player on our list at 31, but that cohort from 22 through to 28, we feel like is a really talented playing group and can take us forward and continue to grow. And they're the players that probably sat in most of our games this year, and their footy will just continue to evolve.
Can I ask, the Kalachi deal obviously didn't go through. You've got a selection before Adelaide's in that pre-season draft if you choose to go that way. Have you had a discussion as a footy club as to whether or not he'd be a player of interest to you?
Yeah, look, he hasn't been someone that we considered at this point in time, and we'll go through all that process and have a thorough review of the trade period and then look at what our preparation looks like for the draft and ultimately our list makeup. So we've still got a fair bit of flexibility in how we design our list, whether that's your 36 and 6 in the rookie, or we can shift that up to 38 and 4. So we'll look at all those opportunities, but it isn't something that we've considered at this point in time.
And just quickly, the big question on everyone's lips, what are the plans with pick 103?
Look, it's still there, so it's good to have. So, look, obviously a fair bit of commentary around that, and both Reedy and Brody, the opportunity for them to go and play the senior footy was really important to them, and we feel like our midfield depth is in a good place, and Murphy Reid in future being able to get through there as well, and the growth of Erasmus and Johnson in the future too. So, look, it's an opportunity for us to take that second pick in this draft in particular, and then ultimately frees up some space for us in the future and what we're looking to do in future player movement periods, but also the importance of retention of some of our players.
Well, Joe, the list looks like it's in a great spot, and it's been bolstered by the addition of Judd McVee during this year's trade period. So thanks for your time and good luck over the course of 2026.
No worries, gents. Thanks for having me.